Aloha, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Taste and See Thursdays. So happy that you're here because I am loving this series on faith that elevates authentic leadership. Okay. We've been going over the last couple of weeks the word faith, and each week I've been giving you an acronym for each letter of that word. Why faith is something that's so important in business and life harmony is because it creates a solid foundation. It allows us to be in flow and not force. And today we're talking about another A, and this stands for acknowledge God's timing. Acknowledge God's timing. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean that it's not happening. Okay. God's delay is not his denial. And your timeline may feel off, but his timing is always on time. In a world that pushes that causes you to push, to rush, to produce, to prove, faith actually calls you to trust, to align, to pause, right? And acknowledging God's timing means that you stop measuring your progress by the clock and you start trusting the process of becoming. There's a great power in the process, in the power in the progress. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, man, Dr. Heather, this business should have been already off the ground and successful by now. This relationship should have already been healed by now. It's this part about how we can get so caught up in the final destination that we ignore the beauty in the process. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a few tips, 3 tips on how you to acknowledge more of God's timing in real life. Okay. So the first one, let go. Oh my goodness. Let go. We talk about here another level living, lean in, let go, leap forward. We want to let go of deadlines that create distress. Oh my goodness. Is that possible? Yes, it totally is. A lot of times our mind can, especially as we're trying to go and trying to fit everything in timelines and deadlines, it can create even more chaos and overwhelm, maybe taking on many projects or pushing yourself for a deadline. And we want that actually can create more stress and overwhelm. And the energy behind how you are performing is probably a little bit more dense than it should be. So we want to let go of deadlines that create this stress. Really take a look and feel into the deadlines that you have and look and see, is it life-giving? Is it bringing more like ease, grace, and flow, or is it life-taking and making more stress, right? So that's like secret number one. Secret number two, yay, is ask, who am I becoming in this season, instead of why isn't it here yet? Who am I becoming in this season instead of why is it not here yet? So it's that power of the becoming. See, we talk about here where it's typically we think that it's like we're supposed to do all these things, and then we have these things, and then we eventually are able to be, right? However, it's the opposite. It's us being everything that we've called to be, then doing everything that we called to do, and the having becomes this beautiful natural byproduct. So ask yourself, who am I becoming in this season? And when you ask, the answer will definitely appear. So that's secret number two. Secret number three, celebrate the small steps. See, God moves in layers, right? Not just leaps. We kind of want to be in these leaps. Yes, we talk about leap forward, but this part about moving in layers and these steps, we want to celebrate each small step. It's typical for our mind to focus on what's going wrong, everything that's going wrong. But this focusing on and celebrating small steps allows you to celebrate and get excited about what are the things going right. So there's a great scripture that's going to support us in this idea, and that is Ecclesiastes 3:11. And it says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Everything beautiful in its time. Divine timing is never rushed, yet it's always right on schedule. What a great reminder for that. So, our concept of time is totally different than God's concept of time, right? So, there's a beauty in the progress, there's a beautiful thing in this divine timing. And, I've worked with many entrepreneurs who felt stuck, like nothing is happening. And beneath the surface, everything is shifting. You think about like a flower or a tree, right? Before it comes out into the fruition, into the surface to fully shine and start growing, there's a lot of inner work underneath. The roots are getting grounded, it's connecting to the soil, it's creating a solid foundation. There's a beauty in that. And when my clients have finally surrendered to the time, to God's timeline, guess what happened? Doors opened, clarity returned, and peace re-entered the room. See, faith brings favor, but patience activates the promise. So, if you're ready to stop stressing about where you should be, if your soul is tired of rushing, of trying to rush the process, I invite you to a moment of stillness and truth. One of the things, the resources that is freely available right now is for you to get my 7 secrets to more business life harmony. It is the link is in the comments below. You can also go to my website, anotherlevelliving.com, and get it. You will get much more than just those 7 secrets over the period of a week. And I also want to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from this message today? Which one of these secrets spoke mostly to you? Letting go of deadlines that create distress, celebrate or ask yourself, who am I becoming instead of why isn't it here yet? Or celebrate even the small steps. Put that in the comments below. I want to hear your wisdom as well as your biggest takeaway. And if you've been given the gift of faith that elevates authentic leadership, go ahead and share this message out with the world and give someone else that gift too. Look forward to seeing you again on another episode of Taste and See Thursdays next week. And in the meantime, have an amazing rest of the day and weekend. Peace.